did y'all think that the Raptors would lose this game to the Cavaliers? Did any Raptors fan actually break a sweat? Highly doubt it, because the Cleveland Cavaliers are the bottom feeders of the East, and they haven't been the same since LeBron left them at the altar. This is the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajith, and the Raptors shooting slump and their defense is basically back. Like, their shooting slump is gone. Defense is pretty good right now, similar to how it was at the beginning of the season. Van Vliet's still out, obviously, fourth game with that knee contusion. He should be back soon. But Norman Powell stepped up. I mean, the man's showing consistency. It's looking real good right now. And, I mean, he looks like he has that demeanor right now where he's just silent. He's a silent assassin. He's kind of showing that little Kawhi mentality. Kawhi Leonard. And he had a really good game tonight. He had 26 points, 5 rebounds. Or I believe 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals. And Pascal Siakam had another amazing game. He had 33 points. I know he was talking about something earlier where he said he only scored 5 points in the second half and 25 in the first half against the Brooklyn Nets. So he's like, he wanted to be more aggressive in the second half, and he did. I think he scored 5+ points in every quarter tonight, and he ended up with 33 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and both of them are carrying the team. Lowry had a double-double tonight. Lowry and Ibaka both look good tonight. Ibaka had 14 points with 5 rebounds, and Lowry had 20 points with 11 assists. And I believe he just tied Antonio Davis for the third most double-doubles in Raptors franchise history. So congratulations to him. He'll probably beat that or pass Antonio Davis within the next few games. People are talking about, the trade deadline is obviously only like a month away, roughly. So, or maybe, it's about 2 months roughly. And people are talking about how, Lowry could be a piece that gets moved, and the little world tour for the championship celebration might be cut short for him, maybe Ibaka, just because like our team, Van Vliet and Norman Powell are now stepping up, so they feel like Lowry could be an expendable piece. And since he still has 2 years left on his contract, this year and next year, they feel like a contending team could really use him. That needs some, depth at the point guard position. We'll see. I'm pretty sure we're too good to get rid of anybody right now, unless we can get like a first-round pick and like a nice young asset. But we'll see as time goes. Overall, this game, there wasn't much really to talk about. There were some really nice plays. Pascal Siakam threw up a nice alley-oop, and everyone in the building was blown away basically because he had to get up so high to catch it. And there was a nice play by Patrick McCaw where he did a little wraparound pass behind the back to fake out the defense, and Norman finished it with a nice dunk. Kind of felt like the dunk he had against Milwaukee once in the playoffs. But, Norman Powell also went off in the third quarter, and he had 16 points in that third quarter. He's looking real good. His shot's looking really fluid. He looks like he has all the confidence in the world to do everything. He's got a lot of explosiveness in his game, and is looking is real fun to watch right now. And he even Nick Nurse is contemplating on maybe reconsidering who's in the starting lineup. Don't know for sure if Norman Powell will be there. But, I mean, everyone is playing equally as good right now. I mean, Lowry's getting back into shape, even though he's extra thick. Norman Powell's looking good after he cut his hair off. He went back to playoff Powell from 2016, looking like the rookie version. And then you got Fred VanVleet, who's betting on himself all day, every day, and trying to get that max contract for next season. I told you some of the stats. I told you Ibaka's playing nice right now too, but I'm going to break down the quarters for you now. And starting off with the first quarter, the Raptors were doing really well. I mean, the only problem with the Raptors in this game that I could say, even though Cleveland's not anywhere near the Raptors in competition, so we can make 100 mistakes and we'll still find a way to win the game, basically. And in this game, in the last minute, they gave up a 10-0 run to close the quarter, which is why the lead was closer than the lead was smaller than it should have been. And they kept letting the Cleveland Cavaliers come back and go on these little runs at the end of quarters to make it seem like this game was actually close when it wasn't. It felt like the Raptors were playing a G League team. There were a few bright spots for Cleveland, like Tristan Thompson, who's a potential trade target that we can obviously get. I mentioned it a few times in the other videos. He's looking really good. And Kevin Love is another piece. They just didn't seem like they're very enthusiastic to play for that coach. Tristan Thompson had a problem with this coach a few games ago where he didn't run back on defense and then he cherry-picked his way back to score 2 points, and then he said something to him when the coach called timeout. Cleveland's just really bad. I mean, they're looking towards the lottery. We all know that. And other than Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson, there really isn't much to be excited about. You got Colin Sexton and Garland, who's their first-round pick this season, but I mean, it's too early to tell what kind of players they'll turn into. But you saw what kind of product they had on the floor, and the Raptors demolished them. So, second quarter, we basically smacked them up again. Yeah, so for the first quarter, we were up 37-29. And then the second quarter, we outscored them again 29-25. We outscored them again 38-30. And then the fourth quarter, we both scored 29 points. But all in all, we basically won every quarter. Because in the fourth quarter, with like maybe 3 minutes to go, the game was already done. And honestly, there should have been a blowout from the start of the fourth quarter, but they kept giving Cleveland a chance to come back, even though it wasn't like they were going to take advantage of it. But we had 2 inbound play fouls where we fouled them before the ball was inbounded and they got extra free throws, or 1 free throw, and then they got the ball back, which is probably a franchise record. To be honest, I've never seen it happen twice in a game like that, with like a few minutes apart. And overall field goal percentage, we did shoot the ball really well from 2 and 3 tonight. We shot 58% from the field overall, shot 50% from 3. Norman Powell, Pascal Siakam, and Kyle Lowry were like 12 of 19 from 3, which is really, really efficient, obviously. And free throws wasn't that great compared to our season average. It was 76%, 13 of 17 from the line. Rebounding, which is crazy to see, but we actually won it tonight, even though, Love and Tristan Thompson are very good offensive rebounders. We were able to win the rebounding 41-39. They did beat us in the offensive rebounds, but we beat them overall. Assists, another amazing game. When you make shots, you get assists. And tonight, we had 31, and Cleveland had 30. Steals, we had 7, they had 6. Blocks, we had 2, they had 1. Turnovers, I told you, this is one problem we had during that little slump we had with our losing streak, where we just started turning it over uncharacteristically. And right now we're taking care of the ball better. And when you take care of the ball, you don't give them fast break points or transition points, and they're gonna have to play with our set defense, and that's why we're able to, hold them to a low field goal percentage or just low points in general. We had 7 turnovers. That's it for the game. They had 10, which is pretty good as well. We had 19 personal fouls. They had 15, and then we got, what did we have? We had 1 tech, and they had 2. I can't really say anything negative about this game. But we do have Detroit coming up on Wednesday, where we're heading over to basically AirCanadaWest. That's what they call it, because Toronto fans always travel over there. It's more of a Toronto home court than a Detroit. And with Detroit not being that great and stinking up the joint, there aren't really much supporters down there. And they made a big mistake by moving the arena too. But I don't think Blake Griffin will be there for that game. Drummond might be back, and we know D Rose will be there. But we'll see when closer to the day. Kevin Love's stats. I'm just going to name a few Cleveland Cavaliers. Kevin Love had 9 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He was 4 of 10 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. He looked so unhappy on the bench. At one point, I felt bad for him. He wants to get out of there. He wants to go play for a team that can actually get some W's. Because, after a while, if you keep losing like that, it just gets depressing. Tristan Thompson, 32 minutes, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 9 of 14 from the field, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. And Kevin Love only played 25 minutes too. He's more of a 35-minute kind of guy, but when you are disinterested like that, it's just you just don't want to play. You saw so many play. If you saw on the court when the Raptors were getting steal after steal and running in transition, you saw Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson just sit there. They're literally just standing there watching it happen, and they're not even trying to get back on the defensive end. Colin Sexton, 31 minutes, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 of 16 from the field, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Took a 3-point attempt but missed it. Darius Garland, 38 minutes, 20 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 7 of 14 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 of 8 from 3. He was pretty decent tonight. Larry Nance, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists in 23 minutes. Jordan Clarkson, 23 minutes, 9 points, 1 rebound. Kevin Porter Jr., 23 minutes, 9 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Everyone else is pretty irrelevant. And I already gave you Toronto's top players' stats, but if you want to hear it one more time, I will repeat it for you because the Raptors were nearly perfect tonight. Anunoby, 28 points. 28 points. 28 minutes, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 6 of 9 from the field, 1 steal. Pascal Siakam, 36 minutes, 33 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 13 of 24 from the field, which is pretty efficient, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 5 of 8 from 3. Damn, I didn't even know he took 5 threes. Okay. Pascal, show that shooting form, boy. Show that fluid shot. You and Norman Powell, both their shots are looking extra nice right now. If they could just be more consistent, and they are, I'm not complaining, but if they could do that for an 82-game season, we could pile up a lot of wins, and we could probably get over 50 wins again this season. Right now we're 18-8. That's our record. There's only like a game and a half split, like gap between us, Miami, Boston, Philadelphia, Indiana, like all these teams, like we're all neck and neck right now. And right now we're in 5th place, but we're only a game and a half away from being 2nd or even 1st. I believe Milwaukee just lost to Dallas and Luka Doncic didn't even play. Marcus All, another Marcus All type game, 27 minutes, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 of 9 from the field. Took 3 attempts from the 3-point line, missed, but had a steal. Lowry, 37 minutes, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 11 assists, 6 of 13 from the field, 5 of 8 from the free throw line, 3 of 7 from 3. Norman Powell, 36 minutes, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, and he was 11 of 15 from the field and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. And you could give the player of the game award to any of these guys. They all did it up. And Ibaka coming off the bench, 14 points, 5 rebounds, definitely did his thing. I was surprised that Hollis Jefferson didn't play today. Terrence Davis isn't getting that many minutes. He played about 18 minutes today. And Chris Boucher played about 12. I was surprised, though. Hollis Jefferson not coming in. I didn't know why. But Patrick McCaw did play well. He didn't have that many points, but he did hit 2 threes in the first quarter. And when you have him making shots, you don't want to ruin his confidence and take it away by taking him out. So you want to go with the flow and just see how far you can see how far he can take you. Basically, he had some nice plays today. He had a good defensive play, and then the behind the back pass to Norman Powell for the dunk, the 2 threes, and he was playing solid D. That's going to do it for this game. Hope y'all enjoyed this podcast episode. If you did, hit the like button. If you think the Raptors are back on track, let me know in the comment section of, if you think the slump's over, or if you think this is just like a couple fluky wins against a couple mediocre teams right now. And if you want to trade, or if you think it's a good idea to trade Lowry while his value is still high. I would say no. I don't want anyone on this team to get traded right now because this is a celebration year for the Raptors championship. And why would you want to ruin that by trading people? I know you can get stuff back in return, but do you really want to ruin it and ruin the chemistry with this team? You've seen sample sizes with our team winning with Van Vliet out of the lineup and Kyle Lowry out. So if we trade one of them, we'll be fine. And that's how we figured out how we had a bench mob 2.0, right? When everyone started getting injured. Yeah, we'll see. It's only been about, 26 games now? So we're about, 26 games in. Damn, that was quick. We'll see you guys back here on Wednesday for the post-game podcast after the Detroit game, and we'll see how that goes. We should take care of business. They're a pretty depleted team right now. Their all-stars out. Blake Griffin's really killing me in my fantasy. The guy, I don't know if he forgot how to play basketball, but I don't want to get into that. I picked him up thinking he was going to have a big season for Detroit after last year, but he's killing me right now. And I'm like one more injury away from literally dropping him and picking up somebody. No, I'm just kidding. I can't do that. I'm going to wait it out. But yeah, till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and peace!